I have so many things to Genesis chapter 6. And verses 6 through 8. Would you turn with me in your Bibles to the book of Genesis chapter 6. Amen. Verses 6 through 8. And stand to your feet when you have it and give God a shout of joy.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Do it over. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Amen. All right, stand with us, girl. You know how this goes. I'm going to ask you to repeat after me today. Amen.
Amen.
And it repented the Lord.
And it repented the Lord
That he had made man on the earth.
That he had made man on the earth.
And it grieved him in his heart.
And it grieved him at his heart.
And the Lord said,
And the Lord said,
I will destroy man,
I will destroy man,
whom I have created from the face of the earth.
whom I have created from the face of the earth.
Both man and beast,
and beast,
and the creeping thing,
and the creeping thing,
and the fowl of the air.
and the fowls of the air.
For it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Amen. We'd like to use for a study today, building favor.
Building
favor.
Building favor.
Amen. You may be seated. Favor is everything you need and everything you desire. Amen. Favor is a favor. Amen. Favor is being considered. Amen. Favor is having precedence. Amen. Favor is being provided for and protected. And all this planned in advance. Amen. It'd be very difficult for you to just walk up to a total stranger and ask for a favor. Amen. From some big favor. And you ain't did nothing to earn it, and they don't know you or nothing. However, some people will do you a favor. Amen. But you got to be particular what kind of favor you asking for. Amen. Amen. But you have to, in order to gain favor with God, as Noah did, you have to do something. When Noah did, he walked with God.
Amen.
Can you say that? Noah walked with God.
Noah walked with God.
That's how you get favor. You walk with God.
Amen.
What do you mean walk with God? Amen. You go in the same direction that God is going in.
Amen.
Not in the opposite direction.
Amen.
Sometimes we want to go into the opposite direction of righteousness. You know, that's the direction of unrighteousness.
Amen.
Amen. Anything that's not in the direction of righteousness is unrighteousness. Amen. We know that God is all righteousness. Amen.
Yes.
And so in order to have favor with God, you have to walk in righteousness. You have to walk with God. You can't walk the other way and be expecting things from God that you have no business expecting from God.
Amen.
You see, when you walk with God, you can expect to be delivered. Y'all don't hear me today. Amen. And when you don't walk with God, you can only hope to be delivered.
Amen.
You know, hope don't amount to much when you have opportunity to have assurance.
Amen.
Amen. If you put the one in the one hand and the other one in the other hand, which would you rather have, assurance, or would you rather have hope? Would you rather have a guarantee, or would you rather have a chance? Huh? Would you rather be assured, or would you rather have a maybe? Would you rather have a for sure, or would you rather have a could be? And then that is the difference in building favor. Noah didn't just start with trying to build favor with God when God decided, amen, that man have got on his last nerve. Amen. He said that in the beginning of this, when men was full with wickedness continually everywhere, amen, that Noah already had this report about him that he pleased God.
Amen.
Abraham had this report that he pleased God. Are y'all don't hear me today?
Amen.
Amen. Jesus, from the age of 12, had this report that he pleased God.
Amen.
In fact, the scripture says that Jesus continued to increase in wisdom and in knowledge and in stature, amen, during his bout to please God. Amen. So therefore, we are required to increase in wisdom and in knowledge and in stature in order to please God.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes, Lord.
The book of Genesis chapter 28 tells us that God commands us to be fruitful. Amen. To multiply and replenish the earth. Have dominion over it. Amen.
Amen.
Over all the creeping things, over the fowl of the air, and over the fish of the sea.
Amen.
Amen. So that is within the righteousness of God. Because outside of the righteousness of God, then you can't even control your own self. Amen. You can't even have dominion over your little corner of the world. Amen. You can't even keep your word for 5 minutes. Amen. When you promise God, it's very important to keep your promises to God.
Amen.
Because after all, you want God to keep his promises to you. Is that not right?
Amen.
Oh, sometimes we can call upon God so hard, like we've done so much in the way of righteousness. Oh, I heard some folks say, oh God, you know you promised this, and I bind you. I'm saying you better get out of here. Who you think you're talking to?
Right.
Amen. I heard some folks say, too blessed to be stressed. Folks like jumping on board with little catchy phrases. Amen. But if you look up at them, and you don't have to look hard, you can see the pain. You can see the tears behind all that. Amen. You can see the suffering behind all that. Amen. You can see the hurt. Amen. You can see the loneliness and the unhappiness. Oh yeah, they're surrounded by people sometimes, but they're just as lonely. Amen. People all around. They always want to be in the middle of a crowd somewhere, but they're just as lonely. Amen. Because they have not established the favor of God. But in the favor of God, you can be all by yourself and not be lonely.
Amen.
Amen. Because you ain't never by yourself. Because you know that God is with you. And God is with you is more than the whole world against you. Amen. Can you say that again? God with you is more than the whole world
against you.
against you. Amen. That's some kind of favor. Amen. Noah had this favor because he walked with God. Amen. Because he sought the Lord. David said, I'll meditate on him day and night. Amen. That's how you, amen, build faith. Amen. What do you mean build favor? Build is to establish something, to construct. Amen. To put something together. Amen. That's going to benefit you. Amen. And the same with God. He said when you put something together, it's going to benefit you for 4 generations. That means it's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit your children. It's going to benefit your children's children and their children's children. Amen. And because, amen, you raise them up in the admonition of God, amen, you will continue to build favor. And so now you start that cycle all over again through your child. Amen. Building more favor. Amen. Favor is having a way out when there is no way out.
Amen.
Amen. Favor is having what you need when there seems to be no means to what you need.
Amen.
Amen. Favor is having peace of God when there's no peace nowhere around. Amen. That's favor. Building favor. How do I build favor? In one place, Paul talked to Timothy. He said, study to show thyself approved. And he goes on unto God. Amen. Not just approved, because we have a tendency to want to be approved by man. We have a tendency to want to be approved, amen, by some friends. Sometimes we even want to be approved so bad, we want to be approved by people who ain't even friends.
Amen.
By people who ain't even family. Sometimes we want to be approved so bad, we want to be even approved by our enemy. Amen.
Amen.
And you know your enemy ain't approving nothing for you in your behalf.
Amen.
And if he okay with it, that means it's going to benefit him, not you. Amen. Building faith. It's studying to show thyself approved. Amen. It's being transformed by the renewing of your mind. Amen. When you say renewing of your mind, because everything that's of God is already in you from the beginning. You were born with the completeness of the Word of God inside of you.
Amen.
Amen. So you don't need to go and look outside trying to find out about God. What you need to go is go deep on the inside of your own self.
Amen.
Amen. To find out about God and about you. Amen. To go about to reestablish favor with God. Because you have had favor with God before.
Amen.
Amen. Each of us have had favor with God before. Amen. You have had God's protection before. You know, if you can't think of no time now that you've been protected lately, amen, if you think back, you have had God's protection before. God have stopped all the odds that was against you before.
Amen.
Amen. And if you again would rebuild favor with God, then he'll do it again.
Amen.
Amen. God looked around and he told Noah what he was going to do with all the wickedness. Then he told him what to do to protect his family from it. That's favor. Amen. Because Noah had already established that with God, and that his family was protected because I'm walking in righteousness.
Yes.
Amen. Noah had some hard-headed boys. Amen. And they thought their daddy was a little bit twisted too tight in the head. Amen. But he raised them up to submit to their daddy.
Yes.
Amen. So in spite of them having them thoughts, they knew not to cross the old man.
Yeah.
Well, y'all don't hear me today.
Amen.
Amen. They knew it was for their own good not to cross him.
Yeah.
Because they too knew that their dad walked with God. Amen. Your children ought to know when you're walking with God.
Amen.
Amen. In fact, anybody ought to be able to tell when you're walking with God. Because the first way they ought to be able to tell, if they're unrighteousness, you ought not to be walking the same way they walk. You ought not to be speaking the same language that they speak. You ought not to be wearing the same thing that they're wearing. Amen. Your composure ought not to be the same as theirs. Oh, y'all don't hear me today.
Amen.
Building faith. Amen. Now let us turn over to the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, where you just came from. Verse 4 says, so shall thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. There's another passage that says that, amen, when you establish favor with God, amen, that favor becomes so great that it'll even make your enemy to do you good.
Amen.
Now that's some favor. You know, your enemy want to cut you to pieces, not do you no good. Amen. But this favor that God got will make them do you good and then won't know why they did you good. Amen. That's confusing to the enemy, don't it? That'll mess up your enemies up on it. Amen. It might mess around and convert your enemy. Amen. That they can become your friend. Oh, y'all don't hear me today.
Amen.
Because that's what the favor of God will do. Amen. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to thine own understanding. Amen. That's how you build favor.
Amen.
Quit telling God you got a better idea. God gives you an instruction, gives you, oh God, I think we ought to do this here. I think it ought to be doing this way, God. And God will do you just like he did Job. Amen. He'd do you just like he did Job. And he'd take you and grab you just like this right here in your car. And then he'd yank you around and you won't see nobody. And you'll be scared to ask anybody, did you see what happened to me? Because you're worried about looking silly.
Amen.
Amen. You didn't see what grabbed me. You didn't see what that was. No, but you thinking it. Amen. And God, you hear God asking you, where was you at? Amen. When I called and affirmed that. Where was you at when I said, let there be light? Where were you at? Amen. When God will tell you to hush. And God will fix your mouth so you can't say nothing. Amen. Because you have to build favor with God. we get caught up on the story of old Job. How we think that God made Job suffer all this time, amen. But it was not God, it was his own unbelief. Amen. Because it's easy to talk a good game of faith. Amen. It's easy until you get caught up in your own game. Amen. Job got caught up in his own game. Amen. And then God stepped back. You know, God will step back. Amen. And take his hands off you when you get caught up in your own game. Okay, you got this, go ahead. Amen. You be crying for God to put his hand back on you. Amen. Because that little idealism that you have, it can eat you apart. Some people call it the devil because they don't know who the devil is. Amen. The devil is a force that's from inside of each and every person's own self. Amen. He had a potential to do good, and he had a potential to be corrupt. Amen. But when you establish favor with God, then that character had a potential to be always beneficial to you. Amen. And never harmful to you. That's why the devil can't do you no harm. Amen. When you have built yourself favor with God. Well, y'all don't hear me today.
Amen.
And he said, trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Trust. Can you trust something or somebody without trying? No, you can't. You can say it. But when it comes to doing, or when times get pressing, you will abandon them. You will abandon that idea that you had about trusting them. Amen. Remember, old Peter, he said he trusted Jesus. Amen. Until Jesus said, come on and walk out in this water with me. Amen. How quick was he ready to abandon that? Amen. And as soon as he started walking, Jesus got him to walking. As soon as he started, then he abandoned, amen, staying focused on Jesus. Amen. And what happened next? Because he hadn't built favor. Amen. He hadn't put in the work. Faith without work is dead. Amen. Faith is not what you say. Instead, it's what you do. And what you do in the righteousness of God. Amen. We have a tendency to do some things that we call good things. But there's nothing good unless it's come by God. Amen. I don't care how good it might sound to your ears, how good it may sound to the ears of your family, how good it may sound to the ears of your friend. If it's not of God, it's not good. Amen. There's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof is destruction and death. It might look good, it might sound good, amen, but it's going to result in destruction. Amen. But the things of God always result in productivity. Amen. Not sometimes, all the time. Amen. You see people say that I want to do the will of God. Amen. I want God's favor. And then hunger and thirst after righteousness. Hunger and thirst after righteousness. You know, some folks go a church hop. They go from one church to another one because they're looking for one that they can go to and it's going to be okay for them to be there without changing the way they live. Amen. They're going to be acceptable the way they already are. Or y'all don't hear me today.
Amen.
But when they hunger and thirst after righteousness, amen, they might not go to no church. Amen. They might just go off somewhere in the woods and talk to God by themselves. Amen. They might just establish an altar in their house and talk to God by themselves. So that when they do come to some church or some sanctuary, amen, they got to understand it now. Amen. Because they heard it from God. Amen. Some people, they go and hear people preach, and they think everybody they hear preach is from God. It's a message from God. And it's not. Most people that you hear preach are howlings. Howling, well, there's a paid person to tell you what you want to hear. But not a person that consider your soul.
Amen.
Or y'all don't hear me today.
Amen.
Not a person that intercedes for your soul. Amen. Not a person that intercedes for you to have favor. Amen. Not a person that'll tell you the truth. You need somebody to tell you the truth. You need somebody to tell you it ain't all right when it ain't all right. Amen. You don't need somebody telling you, amen, everything all right, amen, when you headed for a crash. Amen. When you're doing stone wrong, you need somebody to tell you that ain't all right. Amen. You need somebody to be able to tell you the difference in the blessings of God and the disguise of your demise. Or y'all don't hear me today.
Amen.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding. In all thy ways, acknowledge him. Amen. And he, that God that lives inside of you, you don't have to go outside and look up at the sky. Amen. Because God lives inside. Just as sure as you're breathing, God lives inside of you. Amen. And he'll give you some direction. But God not constantly trying to give you no direction that you ain't trying to follow. Amen. Direction that he gave you at first, they still in play. Amen. And the minute we start to follow those, then God will give us some new directions to get us there even faster, to get us protected faster. You remember the woman with the oil in the Bible? Amen. Her husband had died. The bill collectors come and run. And they come like hellhounds. They come and trying to take everything. Amen. The children and all, they want the boy. They want to turn him into a slave. Amen. Oh, she went to the man of God to consult. Amen. Because she hadn't gotten to a place that she knew she could go to God inside herself. So she went to the physical man of God. One that she believed that would tell her the truth. Amen. And she went to him and he told her what to do based on where she was in her life.
Amen.
And based on what she had in her life. Amen. Not based on what she did not have. Not based on who she was not. Amen. And he gave her those instructions and she followed those instructions to the letter. Amen. And she followed those instructions to the letter that gave her favor. Because out of following those instructions, amen, she built favor with God. Amen. And she didn't just get enough favor to pay off all her debt. She got enough favor for God that her and her family lived comfortably from then on. Amen. Oh man, what a trade-off. Building favor. When you build favor with God, you set for life. Some folks think they can work 4 or 5 jobs. I mean, make a lot of money and then have a heart attack. Amen. Some folk die. There's been people that work up to their retirement and then die. Don't get a chance to live a dime of it. And then sometimes it's set up so the family can't even get it. Amen. But in God, you got favor. In God, you can count on that favor being there. You can count on that protection being there. I don't care how far your children are away from home. Amen. When you have built favor with God, amen, that favor will protect that child of yours no matter how far they are away. Even when they're in the wrong. Or y'all don't hear me today.
Amen.
Or sometimes your children are protected until they come to the knowledge of the truth. Sometimes when your children are young, they don't see no need for God in their life. Amen. But the life you live gets them to a point to be able to appreciate it. Amen. But guess what? If you ain't got none of that built, if you don't have no favor built, then you can't ask God for no favor for your children because you can't even ask Him for favor for yourself.
Amen.
Amen. We have enough things. God, I want you to keep my son for me. Amen. You're over there in Egypt somewhere. I need you to keep up with him and keep him safe. God laughing at you. Amen. I told you what to do to keep your son safe. Amen. I told you to go over there and get that gopher wood. Amen. I told you to get the thing that's been tried and tested with fire. Amen. I told you to do what I'm telling you, not what the world is telling you. Amen. But you tend to think because it's 2019, amen, that my word is old. It's not. My word is Alpha and Omega. The beginning and the end. It's the first and it's the last. Oh, y'all don't hear me today. My word is from everlasting until everlasting. Amen. Then there was old Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Amen. When the king come with their new ordinances, amen, trying to change the way they praise God and worship God. Amen. And threatened to put them in the fiery furnace. And did. Amen. But because they had already established favor with God, what happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. When your enemy think they want to burn you, and they set fire all around you, amen, when you have the favor of God, nothing's going to happen. And they wasn't even worried about it. They said, if he don't, still we ain't bound down. Can you say that today? Are you established with God? Amen. That you can say, even if God were not to deliver me, amen, I'm still not bound down.
Still not bound down.
Amen.
Amen.
Because they already was assured that they would be delivered. Daniel in the line then was assured that he'd be delivered. Amen. You in your line then can be assured that you'll be delivered. Amen. If you only bound up the word of God around your neck, in your walking, in your talking, in the way you drive, the way you sit in your car, and the way you put on your clothes. Amen. Amen. The way you talk to friends and the way you talk to strangers. Amen. And the way you have compassion. Amen. See, the favor of God gives you compassion everywhere you go. Even people who want to destroy you. Well, you know, I don't really like you, but, you know, for some reason I want to help you. I don't know why, but I want to help you. Amen. That's the favor of God. You know, I'm I'm gonna be honest, I was intending to destroy you. That's what I was doing. You know, but for some reason I just can't. I just can't. And instead of destroying you, look like I'm. It won't be right if I don't try to build you up. Amen. Because you already built up in God. Amen. Be wise. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. God is telling us how to build favor. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. No, don't fear God. Oh, God, you're forgiving God. Okay, keep fooling yourself. God ain't forgiving you for doing something stupid. Amen. That he already told you that that's stupid. Amen. In order to get forgiveness, you have to stop doing what you're doing. You have to turn. That's what repentance is, when you turn from it. We have a tendency, Lord, will you forgive me when I get through sin? By this very word right here say, the way of a transgressor is hard. In other words, if you don't have no faith with God, your life is supposed to be hard because you designed it to be hard. Every move you made designed your life to be hard. Amen. But a wise person, they plan their life to be easy. They plan it to be fair. Amen. A fool see somebody drop their wallet out there and then go and pick it up and go and spend the money. A wise person would need the money and go and return it. Because the wise person returned it, then they might not have getting a reward from that person, but God rewarded them. Amen. Before that you can please God, you must believe that God is God.
Yes.
And you must believe that he is a rewarder of those that diligently seek him.
Yes.
Amen. Because those are the things that make you want to, amen, establish favor with God. Because you believe that God got your back. You believe that if I do what God requires of me, that I'm covered in every way. Or y'all don't hear me today.
Amen.
It shall be health to thy neighbor and marrow to thy bone. Honor the Lord with thy substance and with the first fruit of all thy increase. To build favor, you got to be able to bless God with everything that you accumulate in your life. Everything that you do, every thought you make, you got to run it by God. Is this okay, God? Amen. You got to consult God with it. Amen. This is what I'm putting on. Does it look like something that's godly? Amen. And don't deceive yourself. When you look in the mirror, and if you can't figure it out, does it look like what everybody else has got on? Yeah. Did they tell you right there? No. Does it look like the people, the same stuff they got on? If my robe look like the other preacher's robe, I ain't wearing it. Simple as that. I'm not wearing it. Because we have to set a different standard. We have to walk differently. We have to talk differently. Joseph, even though his brothers sold him into slavery. Amen. But because his heart was to please God. Amen. Instead of him being a slave, amen, they made him a prince. Then they made him a ruler. Amen. because he had favor with God. And when you have favor with God, amen, what the enemy mean for your bad, God make it out to be for your good. When you have favor with God. I tell you, favor with God is worth having. Amen. It's worth having. Be transformed.